Hello and welcome, guys, to another video. And same as always, we're gonna start off with bench. So, I'm gonna begin by just saying this week wasn't particularly amazing for any of the lifts. It was supposed to be a deload, but intensity still felt pretty fucking high. I just did not feel great this week. Maybe this cut is starting to take a toll on me, but. Yeah, all right. I had a top single with 120 kilos. I'm kind of sick of benching this, especially because my bench has gotten stronger, but now I'm on a cut, so like bench is getting weaker again. So it is what it is. Routine 120 kg / 265 pound single. Moved all right. A little shaky. It's not how I wanted it to move, but whatever. Top double 115 kilos. Moved pretty well. I was actually kind of surprised with this because last week bench went like fucking terribly, so I'll take that W. After that, we had back down triples, 105 kg. Light work. I've taken 105 for like sevens before, so it wasn't too bad. But the later sets definitely slowed down a bit, so there's that. But other than that, I mean, the arch was feeling pretty good today. I had my mobility on point. Bench was just, better than last week. So, I mean, that's all I can ask for because we definitely had a low point with bench last week. So, if there's an improvement this week, fuck yeah. But right now, we're going to start going in this new block, we're starting off with a lot of doubles for everything. Really trying to push, like, some top doubles. Something I've never done before. I normally just, like, do I don't know, like a single or two singles, and then, or three singles, and then 3 sets of 7 on all the major lifts. But since we're in this kind of like general strength grace off-season period while I'm cutting, I'm okay with what we're doing right now. So yeah, it's nice to push stuff in the lower rep ranges. Nice to, be pushing like a higher percentage of weight compared to my previous block. So yeah, here I am warming up on SSB squats, and they're all right. So before I was squatting with the SSB on the 4 setting, this is the Kabuki transformer bar, and I was doing the SSB mode on the difficulty of 4. But after discussing with my coach, we decided to take it to 1 just because that's what a normal SSB would be like. A normal SSB is like 1 or 2, and we were like, fuck it, like, let's do that, make it feel a little more natural. It's still a variation in the movement, and I'll probably be able to push a little bit more weight. These felt good. The difference wasn't huge, but I definitely just had to, it took me a while to develop like a sense for SSB and figure out what to do. I really just have to like kind of crunch down on my abs and like, even, I don't know if this is right, but it seems like that's what works when I'm squatting, but I really have to get down in on my own hips. Like, normally I'm kind of like a knees out type of squatter-ish to really get into depth, but like, when I do SSB, I just have to crunch down on myself. After that, we had 3 sets of 6 on Larson's, super light, 92.5 kilos, like really nothing crazy, but these are actually starting to feel better. I'm actually trying to focus on maintaining upper back tightness to keep somewhat of an arch without the leg drive. Because my arch heavily depends on that leg drive, and if I could get more back activation on the bench, that's just going to make me tighter, have a better arch, and better platform to press off of, and hopefully a better bench. So yeah, these felt great. I normally don't show like a lot of footage of this because it's relatively boring, but it is what it is. I just have to suck it out. Like, yes, it's 92.5 kilos, which is what, like 210 pounds, but no, wait. It's 205. Kinda. A little under. But, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. After that, we had some pause deadlifts, and they started to feel somewhat good. I'm, like, really trying to figure out how to pull slack out of the bar and make my bar float before I even get into the movement, but it feels really good. I mean, I'm trying to suck it up and just like have deadlifts, come together, and I just know it's going to take some time, but yeah, I mean, deadlift technique was on point, hips are close to the bar, my hips are relatively more open, and yeah, I've been really taking slow and many warm-ups while I do deadlifts, just because I think that's what's going to help me the most. I used to jump like 1 red, 2 red, like red, yellow, 2 reds, yellow, and then like 3 reds, 3 reds, greens, and like, you know, like that is a decent amount of warm-ups, but I figure I just need more, and the way to do that would be red, green, red, green, red, green, and just keep on like loading that way, jumping by greens. But here we're at my top double with 180 kilos, which moved pretty good. I have to just kind of get my head out of those like numbers I used to pull, because I've pulled more than this paused for easier, but that was when I was like super vertical. I mean, not very vertical when I'm pulling, and these move pretty well, so I'm not going to complain. I think I just have to stick to technique. My pull is going to be slower, but it'll probably be more efficient, and I will not be injured as much. So that's really the more important thing, because before, when I was pulling with more horizontal kind of torso angle, I was injuring my back like all the time. So this is gonna definitely help with that. One thing I noticed I was struggling on the first couple sets of back downs was I was like kind of getting pinned, like pulled forward by the bar, and that just told me that like my balance was off. It didn't really affect me on the warm-ups and the top double, but it seems like after the back downs, I think I just got lazy, which is something I really just need to stop doing, because I just need to focus on proper technique. But it is a good sign that my hips are staying in place and they're not rising anymore. I really had a bad case with rising hips before I did this whole like deadlift rehab thing, so it's a pretty good sign. Anyway, we're jumping on to Friday. Fridays I do kind of my bro day, so it's touch and go close grip bench, which feels great. I mean, this is my closer grip because I try to grip as wide as fucking possible. I do, you know, the Japanese grip with on max grip, barely covering the knurling ring, but I still do, so it's legal. And yeah, these felt all right. I mean, like, for some reason, these are like blowing up. I think like they're moving really easily, and I was supposed to do a 4x4 this on this day, and I accidentally did a 3x5 because I was used to that, meaning I'll probably be able to push more weight in the future. I think we're going to start pushing these a little bit, but nothing crazy, because it's not worth it to just be pushing these all the time when it's just kind of like extra work on the tries. The variation is enough to overload the movement pattern because it's new. After that, I decided to film a little bit of accessories. I love Fridays because I could just get like my little pump. You know, I do my bench, my bro bench work, and then I do like chest and back, and then a little bit of arms, and it feels really good. A little bit of shoulders in there too. Cable flies felt good. I think we bumped it up from compared to last block, so instead of doing 30s on the weight stack, I was doing 40, which is cool. I mean, that's progression. So yeah, these are starting to feel good. Nice to get a little chest pump, and the cut is going well, and I think that's partially the reason why things are feeling harder and harder now. My endurance in the gym is starting to get less, is that I'm cutting, but also I'm normally training fasted, and I think that's something that's going to have to stop if I want to optimize performance when I'm in the gym. So from now on, I'm going to actually start like waking up. I normally wake up around 7:30 to 8 to 8:30, but now I'm going to start waking up by like 7:30 to 8, and hopefully closer to 7:30. And I'm actually going to start my days by going through my new kind of morning routine, and I'm going to get a meal in. I'm going to get a meal in, hopefully some protein and oats, because that was my go-to meal before, like a year ago, before training. And then I'm going to do work, digest, and then head on to the gym. So I will be going to the gym like digested, not bloated, because that's my biggest problem with eating before a training session. And then just like having those carbs I have in the morning, and I'll be able to use them in the workout. So maybe I won't be as flat. Hopefully I'll be stronger, because I've always been a morning training type of person. So I barely have any experience with training with some food in me. I mean, other than like meat day and all that. But anyway, today is this particular day is pause squats and deadlifts. That last warm up with 150 moved really weirdly. I just couldn't brace properly. My belt was like feeling off. One notch was too tight, but the notch bigger than that was too loose. So I'm in between belt sizes, which is annoying. But anyway, I had a top pause double with 160. This first rep, I wish I paused longer. I didn't. Pretty disappointed with the execution all around this week. But this second rep moved well. The fatigue was high because I can normally body this, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I took that top double with 160. It felt really heavy on my back, and it's because I haven't touched weight like that in a minute, which is a little worrisome, but I think we'll be okay. Anyway, we had the 3x3 back downs with 140, and these moved fine. I think I was just very fatigued. I was feeling very weak, but they moved at the given RPE like I could have done, 4 or 5 more. So, yeah, that's fine. And then to finish this off, I had a 2x6 on conventional deadlifts with 315. I recorded this way. I didn't get any footage of me recording it in landscape. But yeah, I mean that's it for all. That's all for today, guys. Quick video. I want to start making vlogs. I just have to figure out something with my camera. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a good one and take care. Peace.